Hey everybody, this is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Korner, real estate from a marketing perspective, and this is episode number 68. I have two special guests on the podcast today. One is a longtime friend and real estate agent that has never been on the podcast, and the other guest is our brand new escrow officer in the Richmond area, so pretty excited about that. I always start off the podcast by letting everybody know if you're a real estate agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area and you want to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com, and I'll be happy to put you on the podcast. And I couldn't do the podcast if it wasn't for my support staff, Jennifer Smitis, the area president, Caitlin Cornick, Devin, the escrow officers here in the Sugar Land office, and the new escrow officer, Kate Cannon, whom you'll meet in a little bit, in the Richmond office. So in saying that, let's get started. This young lady looks like she's ready to talk. So
let's do it.
So this is Katie Malfer. We've been friends for years. 6 years, 9 years, something like that.
Yeah.
We both used to work at the same place. Now she is her own independent, successful real estate agent, and I work here. But go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
Yep. My name is Katie Malfer, and I am a real estate agent. I've had my license now. I've been practicing real estate for about 7.5-ish years. And right now I'm in Montgomery County. Mm-hmm. I'm with Gun Realty, and I'm on the Evan Ballou group. This was a recent change.
I was going to say, that's new for you, right?
Yeah, this is recent, in the last 2 or 3 months. Loving it so far. I felt like I needed a change. The broker I was with before was out of Dallas, and I really wanted to feel that community vibe and have more of a local support. And I went from being a solo agent, which I've been forever, to now on a team, which is a completely different dynamic for me, and I'm just getting used to it, really. But it's great. You know, I came from sports my whole life. I was a college cheerleader. I always loved being part of teams. So this is kind of nice to...
You think this move would be good for you?
I think so. Okay. Yeah. Like everybody so far, so...
So far. So let's tell everybody kind of how you got started in real estate. So we both used to work for what at the time was the fastest growing property management company in the country, and which was Empire Industries Property Management. Everybody knows Steve Rosenberg and Pete Newbig, and they sold in 2019. But tell everybody what you were doing with Empire.
Yeah, so my previous life, I was in the medical device industry. I sold anything from total ankle, total hip, total knee, total shoulder, spine, allografts, foot and ankle implants, all for surgery. And I left there when my husband and I started having babies, because I just couldn't be in the OR that early anymore. Right. And I needed to be more flexible because he does the same thing. Yeah. So I decided to take my career in a different path. I've always loved real estate. What I really wanted to be when I grew up, when I was little, was an interior designer, and found out that they may or may not make a whole lot of money. So, so I went a different path, and of course got my bachelor's in science. And so that's why I went the medical device path. But being that in my soul, I really wanted to do more design and house kind of stuff. It made sense for me to transition into something more flexible, which was real estate. But I didn't know the industry, right? I was a professional in medical, but not in real estate. So I just needed to have a path to get to know what everything was, right? So I got my license, and then I started with Empire.
Empire was your first broker?
I was with Coldwell Banker for like 3 months, and they're like, she's not producing, because I was still in medical at the time. Right. And I was just transitioning out. So they kicked me to the curb.
Shame on you, Coldwell Banker. She's now one of the top agents in Montgomery County.
But it's okay. It's okay. No hard feelings. But it was great because then I decided to sell property management services at Empire.
That's right. You were a salesperson for.
Yeah, I was a business development manager.
BDO. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Over at Empire. So I sold the service to investors for us to manage their properties. And so at the same time, I also sold real estate and really focused on learning investment real estate because I knew I also wanted to get into that. Right. So that was kind of my start in real estate, was the investment world, knowing property management and selling that service and that kind of thing.
And then you ended up moving to. You weren't living in Montgomery County when you were working with Empire, were you?
No, I was in Harris County.
Yeah.
Living in Westbury.
Okay. So now you live in Montgomery County, and like somebody else that we worked with, whom I'll mention, Rachel Allen, when you left Empire, when they sold or wherever you left, you've now become a very successful agent in the Montgomery County area. And you did it on your own.
I did.
Yeah.
Of course, you always have your team and help and everybody that works around you. But yes, I was a solo agent forever, and it's fun. I love selling real estate. But there is something to be said to being part of a team and not having to go and hunt for everything you eat.
Of course.
If that makes sense.
What kind of agent are you? What kind of real estate do you like to do?
I do it all.
What's your favorite?
My favorite is selling houses on, the listing side, but love my buyers. I still dabble in investment real estate, although that's not my main focus anymore.
Okay. And I'm assuming, since we've mentioned Montgomery County a couple of times, that's your area of expertise?
Yeah, that's my area of expertise. But because I was in Houston for so long, I'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
I just love helping people. So if I need to be in Kingwood, I'll be in Kingwood. If I had a Fulshire house closed at beginning of this year.
What about Missouri County or Galveston or something like that? You're fine with that? Okay.
If it's in Galveston, though, I might refer it out. Just depends.
Or charge a premium.
Yeah. 10%. No,
10%. Not 3, 10.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a real estate agent, if someone approaches you for the first time and says, hey, I'd like to buy a property or I'd like to sell a property, what can anybody that might be seeking your services expect from you in the initial meeting and the first time you guys meet?
I like to talk a lot about what are your goals, because even though it's a house that you're going to live in, it's still one of the biggest investments you're going to be making. And I think that's coming from that investment background, right? So I think I kind of talk about goal setting. Is this going to be your long-term house? What do you plan to do with this house? Are you going to be making improvements? Does that make sense financially? Let's look at it as far as yes, your family's going to be here. It's going to be beautiful. You're going to create memories, but does this financially make sense?
Right.
So that's probably one of the things that might differentiate me. I don't know everybody else's, talk tracks, but
stick.
Yeah, that's mine. And it's because I actually care.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to make a poor choice based off emotion. I want it to be logical too.
It's not solely based on your paycheck.
No.
So if someone was to ask you, hey, Katie, is now a good time to buy? What would your answer be?
It was a good time to buy yesterday.
Yeah.
It's always a good time to buy, Kevin.
Yeah, always a good time to buy. Interest rates are still higher than they were during COVID, but they are drastically lower than what they were 20 years ago.
Yes. It's still below the norm average.
I mean, when I bought my house, I bought my house at 11 point something. So,
oof.
Yeah, that was in 2004. So
yeah.
When people say, well, interest rates are too high, I'm like, well, then take over my mortgage and see how high they are.
Yeah. Well, and then what else have you? What, you have a credit card at 25%, and that's okay?
28 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about, so you've been agent for what, 7 years now, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So have you done anything other than referrals to market your business?
I do social media, but honestly, my big business has been word of mouth, has been just a success from my past clients, which has been great because it's not as costly as paying for marketing.
Right. No, you don't have to pay for all marketing. You
I know.
But
you do, because it's still time.
good point. I tell agents that all the time. Put a dollar value on your time.
Yes. So, but yeah, social media, I think I've been on a podcast or two. I'm here with you. But other than that, just kind of social media. And I do a couple things like in Montgomery County, like I'll contribute to my kids' school, and I'll be, on their shirt for their field day shirt. I'll contribute to Korner High School and their football program, and I'll get on their program, and just like little things like that.
Getting your name out there.
Just get my name out there. Yeah.
So, what social media platforms are you on?
Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, although I don't really do anything. I have a TikTok, but I kind of just watch TikTok. I don't really do anything on TikTok. I don't really know how to use it yet. So,
do you have a Google My Business page?
I do. I don't know actually if it's up and running at this moment because I just got an email, but
might want to check on that.
Yeah, I might want to check on that one.
And then what about YouTube?
Yes, but I don't use it.
Okay, you should.
I know. I know, Kevin. Okay.
Is there anything that I'm not trying to twist your arm on camera? So,
just beat me up, all right? I get it.
Is there anything that maybe you might want to do in the future that you don't do now?
Yeah, I think I would like to do a little bit more educational content because I think everybody wants to do content and wants to be informational. I feel like a lot of times it's more like talking to and it's a sales end pitch, but sometimes I think that the education part is missing. So I think it would be beneficial, not just for me, but for everybody else.
I could see where someone like you with your experience and success it would add a huge benefit and bonus to your clients and future clients.
Yep.
Because you have so much experience and so much knowledge, and you've done so many contracts that, you could do 30-second to a minute video on 10 topics in an hour and post them on YouTube and then post them everywhere on your social media. And the next thing you know, everybody thinks you're the expert.
Yeah.
And so I would agree with you on doing the videos.
Knows that I'm the expert.
Yes. I would agree with you that you should start doing those. Yes.
I should.
Yeah.
I should.
And that's what your YouTube channel's for.
You need to make me do that.
Okay. I can. I'm going to have to get me a copter, though, because Montgomery County is a way of, we'll figure it out.
All right, Stewart title.
We'll do it. We'll do it on Zoom or something.
Okay.
We don't have to actually be in each other's backyard.
Let's do it.
So, so tell everybody, as we wrap up the podcast, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you.
Yeah. So you can call me, text me, 713-817-1159. You can email me at katie@evanballugroup.com. You can look me up on Facebook, just Katie Malfer, Malfer. And Katie with an IE. It's very important. And then I guess my Instagram, I think, is Houston RE Lady KT.
There you go.
Yeah.
What is one thing that anybody that's watching this that might be a prospective client you would want them to know about you and the way you do business?
I feel like this is like a really weird pitch for me because I'm not like a hard sell, right? Like
all she has to do is say hello and you're hired.
I don't know. I genuinely care I want your decision to be based off of the whole picture. It's going to be investment. It's going to be future, your experience, your memories. I want all that, but I want you to win in the end. And I will say that's one of the good, probably my strongest quality is negotiations. And I've always been like that. I think it's because I was the oldest child, and I was the only girl, and my dad was an engineer.
Numbers guy.
So he's a numbers guy.
Yeah.
So anything I ever did as a child, I had to justify it. And so I think that helped me. I mean, he used to take me to Mexico, and I would have to bargain with the kids on the streets. I'm not even kidding. So I think that my strongest suit in the transaction is the negotiation. I'm not trying to screw anybody by any chance. I want the seller or the buyer on the other side
But you're going to get the
to
best
win.
price for your client.
But my fiduciary responsibility is to make sure my client wins.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So give me your phone number one more time.
713-817-1159.
So guys, if you are in the Montgomery County area or looking to buy or sell in the Montgomery County area, you need to talk to Katie. She can help you anywhere in the city of Houston and the surrounding area, but specializes in Montgomery County. So, and I know Montgomery County is growing like a weed up there, right?
Big time.
So, Conroe, Willis, North Houston, that area.
Yep.
Give her a call. She'd be happy to help you. And I've known her for 9 years now, and so we're still friends. So that means something to me. So
I keep him around.
Every once in a while I hear it. So. But thank you for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
I'm giving your phone number one more time.
All right. 713-817-1159.
Katie Malfer, guys.
Thanks, guys.
We'll be right back with segment number 2 of episode number 68 with Kate Cannon from the Stewart Title Richmond office. Bye-bye. Hey, everybody. This is Kevin, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. And we're back with segment number 2 of episode number 68. And I told you guys I had a special surprise today. This is Kate Cannon. She is the new escrow officer in the Richmond office. Say
hi, everybody. How are y'all?
So we made a little change in the Richmond office a few weeks ago, and we found Kate. Well, let you tell the story of how Jennifer found you. So
Yeah, of course. She reached out to me through LinkedIn. She saw that I was in the Richmond area, saw my experience in both residential and commercial, and I've been in title a little over 8 years. And she hit me up through a little chat, and we went and got to talking, and then I met with Caitlin, and here I am.
member of the Stewart Title Fort Bend County team.
Yes, very much.
So you said you've been in title for 8 years. 8 years. What were you doing in the past before you came to us, as far as your job roles go?
Of course. So I started out as a receptionist, opening orders. 6 months in, I got moved to a processor. Shortly after that, I was processing and funding. Then I made a switch and joined commercial for a couple of years. And I like the personal side of the real estate transactions a lot more than the commercial business side. So back to residential I went. I became an escrow officer at Allegiance Title Katie, and now I'm here at Stewart.
Awesome. And tell everybody, why title? What do you like about it? Why are you doing it?
So before title, I was a child care director, which was really fulfilling, loved it. But my family is all in real estate or title. My aunt owned a title company. My sister now owns a title company. My mom's a realtor, my aunt, my cousins. And when my sister had joined title, she had worked for CPS before. And then when she joined title, she just said that she really liked it. And it was a great career path. She had moved up the ladder quite quickly as far as receptionist, processor, escrow officer, branch manager at the company she was working for. And she was like, you really need to try it. And I did. And I love it. And I enjoy being an escrow officer, being in the closing rooms and getting that personal side. But really what draws me to title is the processing, the investigating. When there's something crazy on Schedule C and you got to put the puzzle together. That's what I really enjoy.
So you like the paperwork and diving into the history of the property and things like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm sure some people are that are watching this are probably going to ask themselves the question: if family members own a title company, why are you working with Stewart? Weren't you
Family's
working with them?
family, business is business. I'm not going to mix that. I actually did work with my sister for 2 or 3 years. Our paths went different ways. She was offered an opportunity to become a vice president at a different company than where we were working, and I preferred where we were.
And the title companies, they're not here.
No, my sister is out in Austin County, Brenham area, Sealy, and I've always done Katie, Fulshire, and now Richmond.
Okay, awesome. So far, tell everybody how's your experience been with Stewart Title?
Fabulous. I mean, say that questioningly. Like, that was a serious answer. Like,
Jennifer's
why are you
not watching.
Me that?
You don't have to,
No, I've really enjoyed it so far. Many things, the system is very user friendly. Also coming into the Richmond office where there was already a processor and receptionist or escrow assistant receptionist that were there, and they're having knowledge of the system and the way that things are in place already, and them sharing that knowledge with me, them being so open to me coming in, has been great. Not to mention Jennifer's support has been great. If I need anything, the Sugarland team is here helping us constantly. Everyone's been just really helpful and understanding during the transition, and it's been fabulous.
So for anybody that doesn't know you, because you've only been with us for a couple of weeks now, that are contemplating or have used Stewart Title Richmond in the past, tell everybody what kind of experience they can expect from you coming back to Richmond.
Yeah, of course. So for me, what I've learned in the title business is Texas title is Texas title. It's kind of the same. So the best way to set yourself apart is by the customer service that you have and the relationships that you build with your agents, and making sure that those are nurtured. And so customer service is a big thing for me. I like to stay on top of it, have open communication. We are a neutral third party, so all the information I have on one side that needs to be disclosed will be disclosed. I'm quick to return phone calls. I'm always happy to help, even if a file's not mine, but you've been working with me and I understand the way your brain processes. Like, you can call me about anything. And I'll also say that if there ever comes a point where I don't know the answer, then we're both going to learn something new, because I'm going to find us the answer.
Right. What are some of the things that you would like agents out there to know, that when sending a title contract to you in Richmond, what are some of the things that they should prepare before they send the contract?
Oh, absolutely. I think the most crucial thing that doesn't always happen all the time on contracts that helps title the most is having the contact information for all parties on the contract.
And you'd be surprised how often that does not happen.
And because especially for me as the escrow officer, once we get the earnest money in and the file gets to me, I want to be able to call and introduce myself to the agents, especially if I've never worked with them before, so that they know who I am and who they're working with. Just kind of like a voice to the name type thing. And also, when we need to send out the information of how to get us the earnest money or anything like that, having contact information for everyone is crucial.
Yeah, so just kind of make sure that you got all your I's dotted and your T's crossed before you send it over. Other than that, she'll take care of everything else from there, let you know what she does and doesn't need. If you're able to adapt to real estate agents the way they like to do business.
Yes, absolutely.
So you're not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing.
Oh, no. Every property's different. Everything's different. We have to be flexible in this industry.
So if you're a real estate agent that doesn't like to hear from the title company during the process, you just want to come to the closing table, or
if you want to be,
if you're a brand new agent
every time, especially brand new agents. Anytime you're a brand new agent, any questions, anything, like, pick up the phone, call me. That is what I am here for.
So if a brand new agent calls you and says, "Hey, I'm a brand new agent and I'm working on a deal and I really don't know what I'm doing," would you be willing to help them?
Oh, absolutely. I'd go over the contract. I would also then give them to this guy because your knowledge, obviously.
I can help with marketing, yeah.
But no, absolutely. Actually in the area that we're in, we find that there's a good percentage of the business in Richmond where there are no agents involved, and that people are doing for sell by owner a lot out there.
Yeah, you guys do a lot of.
Yeah, that's definitely something we're willing to help with. We just last week we had a lady come in and she was wanting to sell her property, and she was like, "I don't even know what to do." And we're like, "Do you have an agent?" She's like, "Oh no, I'm not doing that." We're like, "Okay, let me get a contract for you. Let's kind of give you some ideas of what you're going to need to know and negotiate with the buyer."
Right, and you guys helped her with all that.
Absolutely.
Awesome. What are your opinions on the market that we're in right now? Don't roll your eyes.
It's been slow.
The camera saw you roll your eyes.
I didn't roll my eyes. He's making that up. Y'all didn't see that. Yeah, I mean, it's been slower. I know everyone's, saying they want to wait for interest rates to drop and different things like that. I mean, we have seen a little bit of a decrease. Is that going to continue? No, not necessarily. You just never know. And so really, I mean, getting with a lender, getting, some pre-qualified information if you're looking to buy so that you know what you need to do to get prepared for that. Because, let's say 3 years from now, we are somehow back at 3%. You refi. It's okay, unfortunately.
Right.
Like, if you're ready, though, and it's what you need, reaching out to lenders and having that is a big step up from that to get you prepared. It's coming, though. It's going to come back.
Well, I talk to a lot of lenders and agents, and they all basically say the same thing. If you want to buy a house, buy a house.
Yeah.
If you want to sell your house, sell your house. If you wait for something that's not here yet, you're going to lose something on the back end.
Right.
And then later you're going to try and get it back, and it's not going to be there.
Yep.
So date the
you
rate.
You just said it right there.
Exactly.
Perfect. Nail on head.
Exactly. So date the rate, marry the house, and then say your vows again in a couple of years and refinance the house.
I like that. I'm going to steal that, Kevin.
Your payment will be a little higher, but you can adjust it sooner or later. So it's just one of those things that, people, it's probably the biggest investment they're ever going to make. So they have a little bit of cold feet, but just don't put your toe in there, stick your whole foot in there and just do it.
Right. Rip that Band-Aid. Do it.
Rip the Band-Aid out. We have an event coming up for you.
Oh, yes, we do.
In probably 2.5 weeks that I believe I'm getting all kinds of registrations for.
Oh,
so,
well, you're going to have to send me that list.
Yeah, well, you'll get it. You'll get it. Tell everybody what we're talking about.
Yeah, so on October 8th from 12 to 3, we're going to do a meet and mingle at the Richmond office. Since I am newer to the Richmond area and I don't know as many agents in this area as I did in my prior territory, we want to just put it out there that I'm here, I'm ready to meet you, ask any questions, see what I can do to help you with your business. We're
going to have food, some door prizes. The food is going to be catered by Butcher Box, so it's very good food. Started having him cater the happy hour, and everybody loved it. Come and go as you want. 3 hours it's actually from 1 to 4, but
my apologies.
That's okay. 1 to 4. Come and go as you want to. All agents are welcome. Their families are welcome if they want to bring them. Bring your kids if you need to. Just come by and meet Kate and Gracie and Janice. And meet the newly revived team in the Richmond area. Tell them the address.
2116 Thompson Highway, Suite E1 in Richmond, Texas, 77469.
There you go. And any agents out there, anybody that has any title questions, how do they get a hold of you?
Oh, they can call me at the office at 281-341-0404. And
let's tell agents the one thing, if there was one thing you would want any agent out there to know that was contemplating a title move or using you for the first time, what is it about you that you want everybody else to know?
I'm knowledgeable, flexible, and have great customer service.
Awesome. Short and sweet. So you guys, I hope you will give Stewart Title Richmond a shot. This is Kate Cannon, Janice Cameron, and Gracie Krager. Great new team. She's got a lot of experience. So, and as you can see, she's willing to bend over backwards to help you. So if you have questions, you need help, or you just want a title contract to go through smoothly and you want to be left alone, either way, she'll be happy to help you. Give me the phone number one more time.
Yes, the phone number is 281-341-0404. Look forward to talking to you.
So this is Kate Cannon. My name is Kevin Davidson. I was your host for episode number 68 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. As I always say at the end, if you're a real estate agent or a vendor that wants to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527. And I could not do this podcast if it wasn't for Jennifer Smidas, Caitlin Cornick, Devaney Devon, Kate Cannon, and all of our support staff at both offices. So if you're needing title services and you're not using Stewart Title, shame on you. Until next week, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.